Hey friends, today we're prepping corned beef for St. Patrick's Day. So we typically get brisket every year from our beef and prep our own corned beef, cure it, and then we have our traditional St. Patrick's Day dinner, and then we also have some for Reubens and other things throughout the year. So this is our favorite. I don't want to go back to getting store-bought corned beef. This is so much better. So we're going to show you the spice mixture and we're going to rub it on, and then in a couple of days we'll check in again when it's cured. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mix up our cure, and so we use the recipe from the Morton's meat curing book, and so we have had good luck with this. We enjoy I don't know if you guys can see that, the deli-style corned beef recipe. So the recipe in the book is for a 4 to 6 pound brisket. This was about 8 pounds, a little bit over, and then I trimmed the fat. So we're doubling the recipe here today from what is in the book. So I am starting out with Morton's sugar cure. So we use that to form the base, and so we'll get started there. And then, so there's about, so the recipe's for 5 tablespoons. So again, we're doubling here for our brisket size. And then we're going to do about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I need a little bit extra here, so I don't always keep brown sugar on hand, so sometimes I do mix up white sugar with molasses for that. So we have that, and then we have black pepper, so about 2 tablespoons of that, and then paprika, 2 teaspoons. Again, this is doubling the actual recipe. And then ground bay leaves. So we usually have whole bay leaves, so these aren't ground as fine as we might like, but they're crushed. So again, about 2 teaspoons of that. And then allspice. And so another 2 teaspoons of that. And then some garlic powder, and that's about a teaspoon there. So again, that's our sugar cure or tender quick from Morton's. Then the brown sugar, black pepper, paprika, bay leaves, allspice, and garlic. So I'm just gonna use a fork and kind of blend that. And then we will rub that all over our meat. And then we put it in a big Ziploc bag and cure it for about 5 days. So I will throw it in the fridge. I usually try to kind of move it around, make sure every side is getting coated with the seasoning and the juice as that's created, so that all of that is penetrating through our entire brisket. So again, that's about 5 days of curing, and then we'll be able to enjoy the final product. That's nice and generously over all sides of the meat, and kind of rub that in, get it all coated, and again, we'll cure that for several days so that this has time to penetrate the meat. So it's usually about 5 days per inch of meat. So, I mean, this piece here might be a little bit thicker, so we might have to leave that section in a little bit longer, but we want to make sure that that has ample time to get in there. So I like to make sure we get in all the pieces, and again, we'll kind of rotate and move the meat around to get into all the seasoning and juice. This will kind of create its own juice as it cures and as it pulls moisture out of the meat itself. So you'll see that created, and so we'll check in with that as we go through the process. We're taking our corned beef out of the fridge. It's been in the fridge for about 2 weeks, and every few days I would flip the bag and kind of mush the juices around. So you can see we've got a decent amount of liquid that's been drawn out, and all of the spices are kind of melding in there, and our meat definitely looks a little different, darker, and that all of that brine and spice has started to penetrate. So you can kind of see the change there. So we're gonna go ahead and get this simmering to cook. So I put that straight into our pot as is. I don't take any of the spices or the juice off. We just put that all straight in and then bring that to a boil and let it simmer for several hours to cook. So there's our other piece. And so we're gonna get that cooking and we'll put all that juice in the pot and get ready to go. And then we'll show you the final product. And here's our final product after our corned beef has simmered. So we're getting ready to slice it and eat it.
Not eat it.
Homemade corned beef.